Happy Friday. Let's get started. Chapter 32, rest of August 2003. On Monday, Erica led a weekly meeting. She went over what she learned about her mother's condition, as well as selling non-toxic beauty products at the gift shop. She also talked about Richard Paul Evans' book titled The Christmas Box. Not surprisingly, by the end of the year, the clinic sold all of those items at their gift shop. Also, Pedar said that he's working on hiring a marriage, family, and child counselor who will help women who have chronic pain. He said the therapy really helped Erica over the past couple of years. Moreover, he saw that she will continue to need therapy to help her with her next journey. He do saw that most of their existing patients are entering middle age, where menopause is the next area that they need to focus on. Moreover, there isn't much research on how endometriosis affects menopause and vice versa. They would need to help patients navigate being diagnosed with endometriosis and living with menopause at the same time. But that probably should be another paragraph. Again, Erica used this opportunity to vent her concern that Western medicine is only for people who can afford it. By insisting that surgery is the only way to effectively diagnose and treat the disease, only wealthy people can get the care they need. People of color, such as Indigenous Californians, African Americans, Asian Americans, Latinos, will not get diagnosed and will continue to suffer without realizing that they have this serious medical condition. She concluded that a member of her family is a perfect example. She didn't get diagnosed with early menopause in this country. After she returned to Japan, she was finally diagnosed and started treatment. One of the senior staff parroted what Erica said by mentioning that used to be the case with diabetes. It used to be a, quote, rich person's disease. Now there's national awareness and people are getting diagnosed and treated regardless of the ability to pay. Granted, if a person has private health insurance, they must pay part of the cost. We need to do the same with women's health. It's already costing this country billions of dollars in lost productivity. After they went over the rest of the items on the agenda, they concluded the meeting. After lunch, at the break room, the studious driver picked her up. After going over the defensive driver checklist, he gave Erica her certificate. She made a mental note to take this to her car insurance company so she would get a discount on her car insurance. The studio continued to be busy making DVDs of the prior films, including vignettes of the cast and crew interviews, deleted scenes, and a purple reel. Last Saturday, Erica and Michael walked up and down Golden Gate Park. When she noticed Michael looking at the woman, he immediately refocused on Erica and apologized. She appointed his apology and admitted that she too was looking. She too knows that they're good looking as well. He blushed. This time he talked about her air quotes type. She immediately replied that she focused on personality first. He had a perplexed look on his face. He didn't realize that women focus on personality more than physical appearance. This was a huge revelation for him. It made sense. She looked at his cousin Richard based on his personality rather than his appearance. Granted, he knew that she's looking for someone who could pass as 100% Japanese for Kim. That Sunday, after services with Kim and Pedar, Erica and Michael went to a local Ross Dress for Less store and picked up a new wardrobe for Erica. When they returned to the apartment, Michael helped Erica organize the clothes in her closet. At this time, she decided to donate all of her made in Japan Japanese clothing, deliver the clothes she received from the Murphy department store. Since this was a new start for Erica, she needed clothes to reflect the new start of her journey. In the evenings after dinner, they watched the television together. One of the shows they watched was Trading Spaces. If I remember, I will link these TV shows in the description box below because it's quite interesting. This show gave them ideas on how to decorate their interior of the duplex. Another show that they gave them ideas was Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. In addition, they started watching Extreme Makeover. However, as they talked about surgery, it was too soon for Erica, so they talked and agreed that she won't continue to watch the show. He, however, is okay to continue watching that show in his own room. At this time, Michael carefully asked Erica to let him know before she gets her next haircut. He has some ideas, and he knows the guy. She nodded. Also, after she took a bath, he started daily pedicure treatments to try to fix her toes. Once he cleaned her feet, he installed toe spacers to prevent further damage to them. He also coached her regarding toe exercises. The week before, they were to return to Santa Clara. They spent the day working. After dinner, they spent the evening packing. When Erica looked at her whiteboard with a to-do list, she erased documented by Indigenous California two spirits. Then she added plans for a duplex and studio ideas after graduation. Before they moved back to Santa Clara, Erica got two packages. The one from Michael's family in Hawaii contained family recipes. The other one from her aunt had some more took home transdermal patches with pain medicine and refrigerator magnets with various photos of the fishing village. After she handwrote thank you letters to both, she put stamped envelopes and put them in the outgoing mailbox downstairs. When they returned to Santa Clara, they stopped by Erica's car insurance company. After she gave them her updated defensive driver certificate, they gave her next bill. At this time, she paid for it and got a receipt. Next, she went to the grocery store. Then they returned to the apartment. Not surprisingly, Devin and Jennifer had not yet returned. When Erica set her things in the apartment, Michael organized her wardrobe into her closet. At this time, she was working at the property manager's office. Upon returning to the apartment, Devin and Jennifer arrived. She immediately saw the improvements to Erica's appearance. Erica thanked them and gave Michael all the credit. He smiled gently. At this time, Devin was curious regarding how much longer Erica and Michael planned on staying in Santa Clara. When Erica asked for the reason, Devin replied that she and Jennifer will graduate that spring and move to a duplex at Brisbane that summer. Chiaki has already lined up people who need Jennifer's architecture services. She's also going to start a side business designing wooden furniture. Devin also has clients lined up for sustainable home garden services. On the side, she will convert the hobby of cake baking into a side business. She has already spent part of her summer installing a drip irrigation system at Chiaki's community garden and made a wedding cake for one of her cousins. Erica was up. After she told them about her academic schedule, Michael gave them his schedule. He's not in a hurry to complete his second bachelor's degree. Currently, he's set to graduate in a couple of years. After Devin asked about their summer vacation, Erica volunteered that they visited his family in Hawaii, then they visited her family in Japan. Since they never ate Hawaiian food, they had Erica and Michael choose the next meal. Fortunately, Erica knew exactly what to make. So you're making the recipes, they work together to make the next meal. Granted, it's not as good as Michael's mom makes them. However, it was decent. Erica surmised that they either use a specific brand of beans and sausage that's not available in the South Bay. As a result, they had to make do with what their local grocery store had available. Side note, later, Michael's mom did admit that the family uses homemade linguiça in their bean soup recipe, so there isn't any way a store-bought linguiça could have a similar texture and taste. The next day, Erica and Michael went to the neighborhood park to resume playing pickleball and learning how to communicate better. At this time, they were getting better. They spent time getting to know each other better. Michael used this time to carefully ask Erica how much his looking at other people concerns her. She was giving this some thought as she first noticed this in San Francisco. So she carefully told him honestly that if it doesn't result in an emotional or physical affair, he can do whatever he wants. He was perplexed. He knows not to get into a physical affair. However, he never considered the damage that an emotional one can cause. It made sense though. Next, he told her that he and his parents talked over the phone. They don't want him to start his new wife indebted to college, so they have paid off all his debts and they are paying his college and tuition. His current tuition, he is to pay his parents back with zero interest at this time. He told her that if anything happens to him, he wants her to use this money to pay off any other debts such as living expenses, and his parents and older sister would take care of her. She also gave this some thought. She appreciates everything his parents have done to help her. However, honestly, her parents and younger brother won't help him if he needs it. He also gave him some thought. Since she prepped him and his parents before their trip to Japan, he carefully told not to worry if anything happens to her. His parents and his elder sister will help him out. Then he told her that he got a job offer to be the office manager at the Adaptive Fitness Center. They're currently looking to hire a separate one for the clinic. They will be each other's backup. When she looks at him, she discloses she's planning on setting up a scholarship to help people who need to go to college but don't have the finances. Did it for the clinic. She wants to help people who need medical care but don't have private health insurance. After graduation, she wants to start by spending part-time at the clinic, part-time at the studio. She has several ideas for the studio, knows that she will need the extra income to pay for living expenses. By this time, it was evening. They returned to the apartment. Devin and Jennifer were already there. They worked together to make dinner. After they said "itadakimasu," they started eating. Erica and Michael used this time together to put together what they want their home to look. So Jennifer got out a sheet of paper and a pencil, drew a blueprint. She said that she'll get a computer printout ready for Chiaki. That evening, she had the revised Endometriosis Awareness Month video to her to-do list. She also wanted to add the fact that most women can't afford to pay for surgery to get diagnosed and treated, so society needs to treat women's health as seriously as other diseases that are getting national attention and funding. There needs to be a way to get everyone diagnosed and treated regardless of the ability to pay. The next day, Erica and Michael went to the Buddhist temple in San Jose for services. The theme for that day was the circle of life. After services, they had lunch at a nearby restaurant. On the way home, they saw a poster of the movie Passionata. Again, if I remember, I'll link that in the description box below. They went to a local theater to watch it. Although Erica is not Portuguese American, there were a lot of similarities with her experiences as a child of Japanese immigrants. That evening, when they made dinner with Devin and Jennifer, they talked about the film. Devin admitted not being able to relate to the experiences of immigrants. She's a product of several European nationalities. Jennifer did say that she's part indigenous Mexican, part Spaniard Mexican. Not surprisingly, since Portugal and Spain are next to each other, she can relate to some of what the film talks about. At this time, Devin talked about the film Mystic Pizza. It's another film about Portuguese American. They agreed to watch that film on Friday evening. So again, if I remember, I'll link that in the description box below. The next day, Devin, Erica, Jennifer resumed going to the public university. As soon as Erica met up with her faculty advisor, they hashed out her master's thesis idea. At this time, she gave her introductory paragraph as well as the 2 questionnaires that she's planning to use. After the professor told her to find more recent articles to include in her introductory paragraph, Erica found those and included them. Once they put together the informed consent form, they presented her research idea to the ethics committee. Much to their relief, they approved it. Then she and her professor hashed out how to get volunteers to participate in her research. Erica reserved a room, set aside 1 hour each week to get volunteers. After she collected the forms and made certain that they answered all the questions, she gave the forms to her advisor. That first week, she resumed therapy at the Student Health Center. She also made appointments to get blood work and updated MRI scan done. In the evenings, she worked on her homework. Also, she combined 3 plays into a senior capstone play for the private university. On that Friday, they went to a local Portuguese restaurant. Then next day went to a video rental store to borrow the film Mystic Pizza. After returning to the apartment, they sat in the living room, watched the film. It was Matt Damon's debut film. Also, the stars of the cast included Julia Roberts. Even though Portuguese Americans are of European descent, they weren't accepted as Americans. So Erica could relate with that part. She's a United States citizen, but she'll be always seen as different or worse, an immigrant. The following Friday, Chiaki called. She and Alex are back in town on their way back to Santa Clara. That evening, they made dinner together. After dinner, Alex brought a copy of the film, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, about 2 drag queens and a transgender person. It was a real comedy from Australia. When Erica asked about other films from Australia continent, Devin suggested Whale Rider. So the following weekend, they watched the film. Erica loved learning about the Maori in New Zealand, and they agreed. The following weekend, they watched a more sober film. It's more like a documentary. It's called Rabbit Proof Fence. Alex commented this similar thing happened to Native Americans. They were taken from their parents, sent to a boarding school, and whitewashed. Erica agreed and gasped and covered her mouth. When she regained her composure, she said that they need to make sure no one else goes through that. They nodded. Rabbit Proof Fence is about indigenous Australians, the Aborigines. So yeah, this one it's not definitely not family friendly, and it is depressing to watch, but it's definitely something that we should know about. So again, if I remember, I'll link these in the description box below so you can watch them as well. The next day, Erica and Michael went to the local park to play pickleball. This time, he asked where she was in her journey. She thought a lot about this since her internship at the clinic. She knew exactly what to say. She was born in Latin America. The healthcare workers didn't give her mother what she needed. The other one, her younger brother, was born in South Bay. The last slap on the face was the fact that her mother was suffering from early menopause, yet no one came forward to help her mother get the diagnosis. Instead, she had to go back to Japan. and Erica had to be her mother's patient advocate to get that diagnosis. Her working at the clinic is exactly what she wished her mother had received from the beginning. They're more than a clinic, they're genuinely concerned about patients' quality of life, and she wished that everybody had access to this type of health care. Another revelation is the fact that her parents' divorce was caused by her mother's going through early menopause without any medical care. So what she thought was the cause wasn't the case at all. Even if her mother married the right person, stayed in Japan, as soon as early menopause started, she would have gotten a divorce anyway. So she realized that he would need time to process the information, so she stopped talking and they resumed playing pickleball. Next day, Alex, Chucky, Erica, Michael went to the Buddhist temple. After services, they went to Santa Cruz and spent the day at the boardwalk. They concluded the day with dinner at a Japanese restaurant. When they returned to the apartment, Erica resumed working at the property management office. Afterward, she put together the birthday card for all the tenants who celebrate their birthday in September. Since Monday's the Labor Day holiday, Devin, Erica, Yennefer spent the day getting ready for another week of classes. I think I forgot something. Okay, let's see. So probably right about here. At this time, and Michael, probably this should be like a second paragraph. At this time, Michael told Jackie that they have put together a blueprint of what they want their duplex to look. And Yennefer has a computer printout. Yeah. Yennefer gave the printout. Okay, so the other thing is, so at this time, Erica and Michael told Chucky that they put together a blueprint of what they want the duplex to look, and Yennefer has a printout. Yennefer gave the printout to Chucky, and then Alex informed Devin and Yennefer that their duplex will be ready for move-in that summer. They will also start working on Erica and Michael's duplex at the same time. Okay, so at this time, Erica and Michael told Chucky that they put together a blueprint of what they want their duplex to look. And Yennefer has a computer printout. Yennefer gave the printout to Chucky. Alex informed Devin and Yennefer that the duplex are ready for movie this summer. They also start working on Erica and Michael's duplex at the same time. So the other option is I could probably put this sentence first and then this sentence second. But anyway, you get the point. You know, they already forgot to mention they talked about their duplex. So anyway, I will end it here. And any questions, comments, constructive criticisms, so let me know. Ask you for clarifications, and I shall see you next time. Take care.